All right, hey everyone. So I am here. Hi. I am just getting the box set up. I will get it out in just a second. Let me just configure this a tidbit more. Hold on a moment. All right, now this is the table I'm going to be set up on. I want to show you guys everything we've got. So we got our box back from Longpack. They are the ones who are producing our board game, and they are absolutely fantastic. Just some measurements in case you guys were curious for those nerds that are out there. So this box is about 16 inches long, roughly about, let's see, 12 to 14 inches wide. Yeah, about 14. And it's about 6 to 7 inches depth with some extra padding on the bottom. So that tells you, because this is a single copy of absolutely everything, including the expansions, the core game, all of the little tidbits and whatnot. So let's dive right in. This is going to be so fantastic. So we have gone ahead and opened this already to double check some things. There are a couple of caveats that we'll talk about throughout this, but yeah, so here it is. This is the very first final prototype, barring a couple of minor changes. As always, when you get something back from a manufacturer, you are going to have things, especially in a prototype, or in this case, the final copy right before production, which is what this is. You'll go ahead and always have tweaks. And so there were some tweaks that we'll end up have tweaked before production actually starts. But let's go ahead and take a look. So what we've got here is a couple of our extra expansional content. We have the extra players expansion. We've got the environment tile. So I'll bring each one up in close and personal so that you guys can see it. The environment tile box. And we've got, on the back here, we've got some description content. Obviously, some of the required tidbits. But let's go ahead and open it up. So there are 8 tiles in this pack. And it's just a small pack, you know, just something simple that will come along with anyone who's ordered it. So let's go open it up. We ended up having it opened up from 2 sides at one point, so it's a little bit opened, exposed on both ends. So here we go. So these are the environment tiles, and they are double-sided. Snow tile on one side with very cool elemental changes so that it makes the gameplay a little bit more unique than just the standard core game. Then we have the desert tiles, and these are honestly my absolute favorites. We've got the cliffs parts, which are in the light tan kind of yellowish mountains, and then we have these caverns, which are actually like, you know, canyons inside of the desert area. They come with a couple of unique properties, which those are super cool. There's some up and down functions where you slow down or speed up depending on which direction you're going. You can cross over these bridges, can't land on them unless you're underneath them, so on and so forth. So there are all the environment tiles. We've got a little cool waterfall, and I tell you what, designing these was so much fun. So yeah, these are fantastic. Along in the box, we've got the instructions. Oops, and I dropped them. There we go. The instructions, and it's just a fold-out instruction type where you'll be able to see, okay, how do these actually work? If you guys want to take a screenshot, there you go. You can read it. And take a screenshot one more time. Boom. So for anyone who's pausing video or anything like that. That is how the environment tile instructions go. And there's a lot of little cool tidbits in there that we're excited about. We think that the environment tiles are going to be a fun addition to the game. It is so exciting. We actually just opened this up this morning, and I tell you what, we were so elated as to how everything's turned out. So if Longpack Games does see this video, thank you guys so much for all of your hard work in making this game come to life. It has been an absolute pleasure. Now let's go ahead and set that aside a little bit. We'll set it down there to see later. We have the extra players expansion. This was a very late request, and this is literally just the components needed to have 6 players on the board. We'll go ahead and look at that, but I want to look at that a little bit later because I want to get to the core of the game, and there's also something to explain about this that had to be fixed on the inside. So we'll go ahead and toss that off to the side for right this moment. All right, let's go ahead and get the coup de grace out. Now, there are a couple more expansion pieces that we had, and so I'll go over those real quick. Hold on as I put the box aside. All right, so we've got, and we kind of just shoved the cards into these little baggies because it kind of came in the baggies. I think this one was a different bag, but anyways, we have wooden dice. That's another one of the expansions, which come with 6 attack dice, 6 defense dice, and 1 movement die. There's a little caveat with those where we have to tweak a couple of things, including the ink, just because it wasn't, the ink wasn't clear enough to see. It kind of blended in with the wood a bit. And then, these things are fantastic. These are the metal coins, and both of those parts are inside this box. So let's go ahead and open it up, and I'll just nudge my mic down so that you guys can continue to hear me as I talk. Make sure my mic's not in the way. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get that bubble wrap out of the way. So we have the box, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. You can lay it flat, or you can stand it up, depending on how you want it to sit on your shelf. Modern standard there that a lot of people, a lot of board game designers go for. And isn't that a beautiful inside of the... No, I'm kidding. So here it is. So we ended up taking some of the punch board stuff out because it fits inside, and you'll see in a minute. So we've got our manual, which, yes, for those enthusiasts who are like, we need to print something on the back, we absolutely did that, including the Kickstarter exclusive content. Every copy of this game comes with it. And this is the only print run we're doing for now, so every copy of the game will come with it. So this is our 32-page manual. We've got index, table of contents. We've got our background story. Anyone who has looked at this or read the original story that we had during the Kickstarter, it might have changed a little bit. I think there's been some grammar updates. There was a team of 5 of you amazing people who ended up wanting to help get this book, get this rule book, game rules, up to snuff. You guys helped us out so much, so I want to just shout out to those 5. They did an absolute great job helping me get all the grammar situated, and I am just so thankful for all of their hard work that they spent on it. We grammared the heck out of it to make sure that we got all that grammar situated, got it all squared away, but also there were some design element updates for this rulebook, so it was pretty cool. All right, I know you guys are sitting there saying, hey, stop talking about the rulebook. Let's get into it. So, you're going to open up your box, and you're going to see punch boards. Now, there are 2 punch boards in the game, and they're pretty big sheets, pretty cool sheets. So we've got, as you can see, there are going to be settlement tiles all across. We've got our arrows. There's 2 types of arrows, flaming and normal arrows. And then we have our coins. Now, we haven't punched out these coins, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and set those off to the side there. Perfect. And let's go look into it. Now, we also have, this is the Kickstarter exclusive, comes with every copy of the game, same as the rules on the back of the book. These are the Cities of Avalon. These are really cool 4x cities instead of only 3. They are a tier 3 city, so they do cost a bit to get, but they also provide a ton of extra resource. So these are a really cool addition to the game, and every copy of the game that's being printed will have one of these in them because of all of your guys' hard work to get our Kickstarter going. So thank you so much for that. All right, now there's a few notes on here. I'll just flip that over. Those are manufacturing notes and whatnot, but we'll go ahead and take a look at this. So these are the 4 really cool player starting tiles. This is where all of our players, you set it down and you can stick your objective cards in on one side, your action cards in another, and that's the amount of cards you get to hold in your hand at one time. So therefore, that's permanent. Now, these little holes on the back, they will not be there in full production. They were an early revision that we kind of tweaked last minute to make sure we didn't need those anymore. So it is solid wood glued onto our board, and so these are really, really cool additions, very organic feeling. I personally love the look of them. All right, let's go ahead and set those to the side. Those are the player starting tiles. Now, I do apologize if there's anyone who is trying to communicate, text, or wanting to share a message of encouragement or whatever. I'm not looking at my phone or my screen right now, and I have no one else doing that. So just be aware that that's not going to be possible till the end. Maybe I'll address some questions at the end. So if you guys want to send questions out, go for it. Write a comment or something like that, and I'll be happy to answer them after I am done with this introduction. So player starting tiles, we'll set those over there. Now this is the coolest part. So I am a 3D designer. I work in 3D a lot, and so we designed our own inserts, and they came out so well. Let's go ahead and go into it. So Longpack Games did an amazing job. Their engineer there, they helped us to make sure that the inserts fit perfectly. These are our soldier. This is our soldier insert. All of the soldiers are in here. We do have 3 that in the manufacturing process for this prototype, 3 weren't available at the moment they shipped it. That was fine. We agreed to it. But obviously, you guys will get your entire amount. So there is our absolutely lovely mounted knight there. He is fantastic, called a champion. And those guys are scary on the battlefield, I have to say. One of my other favorites, we'll go ahead and toss him back here. One of my other favorites is obviously the catapult. It is mean, it is menacing, and it can do a lot of damage. So this thing is really, really, really awesome. It really is. Hold on one second as I adjust my camera view, or adjust my view for myself so that I can see how my stream is going. There we go. Just had to click a couple of buttons on my computer. So there is the catapult, and it absolutely looks great. I wish I could get it to focus a little bit more. Maybe I can do that and it will focus. No? Will it? Nope, I guess not. So there is the catapult. It looks fantastic. It feels fantastic. It's nice and durable. And you're probably thinking, okay, so what's with all the grooves on the bottom? Obviously, this game, you need your colors to match your peasants so that you know which color is yours, you know which troop is yours. And these are just friction fit. There's no clicking, there's no special needs. You just stick it in, push it all the way to the top, and bada bing, bada boom, they just fit in. They don't shake out, no shaking at all. And they are absolutely fantastic with that base, and you just set it on and you know that you are the green guy, or so on and so forth. I love them. They came out so well. The plastics, all of the production models came out absolutely fantastic. Again, kudos to the production team at Longpack for their fantastic effort. Now let me see. How does this go? Just like that. There we go. So, all 32 characters can fit in here, all 32 soldiers. We have swordsmen, we have archers, we have knights, we have boltiers, which are our crossbowmen. We renamed it for simplicity, so a boltier. We have our champions and our catapults. Now, our swordsmen are called warriors. So, warriors, archers, so on and so forth. So there is our tray for our soldiers. And oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. It's come out so well, and it fits so seamlessly and so very tight into our case, our box. These are our wooden dice. Now they're going to be changed a little bit. We're going to be looking at a darker ink to help stand out to the markings a bit better. And that's all going to be before production. So we were working on that still, but they decided to send us this copy just so that we can take a look at it and see how it is. So there's the wooden dice, and they will be updated. We're also going to have more rounded edges on them, so that'll be super cool. Now, we have obviously our standard resin dice. These things are very hefty. They're nice and durable. They feel good in the hand. They're nice and heavy, but they roll well due to their nice edges that they have, the nice rounded edges there. Now, here we go. We've got our very customized meeples, which is absolutely fantastic. Shouldn't say meeples. There are peasants. And these peasants are... there are 2 male and female per color, and there's 4 colors here, 2 more colors in the Extra Players expansion. We'll get that out in a minute. So those are the meeples, and they're going to come just like that in a bag. And they'll be tucked in off to the side, and they fit quite well, which is great. And there's actually enough space if you were to stuff it down, maybe get a looser bag, and we're working on those little tidbits. You'll be able to put the other 16 peasants into here from the Extra Players expansion as well. That is the plan, to try to fit pretty much every expansion we have inside this box. It's a super heavy box. All of this content together weighed roughly about 10 pounds. The box itself is like 6.5. But with the metal coins, it does make it more, and we'll get into that in a second. So here are all the game tiles. Oh my goodness, these came out so well. We've got a lot of cool double-sided tiles. They are double-sided, so you can pick your poison, pick whatever you want when you're setting up your board. We do, I ended up updating our mountains. So our original artwork didn't look as good before the Kickstarter. And right before the Kickstarter was launched in March, I ended up updating all the mountains so that they look way, way better than they did before. They were a bit too cartoony for my taste originally. So we've got these very nice tiles. They came out extremely well, I thought. And they are linen textured. They are roughly 2 mil. So they are a good, strong board. They have a small flex, but they also are very durable. I'm actually giving a bit of pressure there to try to bend that. They do not bend at all, which is fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and tuck these back in. Then we'll just straighten them back out. Perfect. We'll get those nice and back in. Well, actually, you know what? Let's take a look. So we've got a mold in here that holds the tiles, but also it holds all of the settlements. So as you saw from the punch board over there, all of the settlements, including the 4 cities of Avalon, those are super cool. Also, we're looking at all of the other settlements that are sitting in here too. I'll just pull out a few. So these particular ones are tier 2 settlements. These things are double-sided, so there is the village on one side and the quarry on the other side, and all of the little iconology that's on it that tells you what it does. So all of that fits in there, including the cities of Avalon. They tuck right in, just like that. And pardon if my head got in the way. I wasn't quite sure if my head got all the way there. So we have, I think, tier 1s, tier 2s, and then the city of Avalon, which are tier 3s. They all fit seamlessly right in this tray, all made for that. We can go ahead and pull that out. There it is. There is the tray. It came out super well. I am super pleased with it. The engineer at Longpack really helped us out in taking my design and tweaking it to fit even better, nice and snug inside this box. Now, I'm saving the best for last because, well, that's just the best PR we can do. So let's go ahead and toss this peasants off to the side. First off, we have our double-sided. Let's go ahead and pull these out. These are absolutely fantastic. These are linen-styled cheat sheets. We originally had them as like 4 individual cards, so we combined it all. So you have your turn steps on one side. You can just set that right in front of you or off to the side, flop it over, and you then have all of your building instructions, how to build your settlements, how to trade in your resources, what they sell at and what the values are, the arrows, how the arrows cost, the peasants, how much a peasant cost, melee soldiers, how much the melee soldiers cost to purchase and then upgrade. And the same thing here, purchase and then upgrade. As you can see, they cost either a peasant to purchase a tier 1 soldier, or they require the level 2 soldier as an upgrade. And that kind of explains that actually up here. Crafting a tier 2 or 3 settlement or soldier requires that a tier 1 is already in use on the board. So there's all of that instruction right there in our cheat sheet, which is super awesome. We knew that we wanted cheat sheets from the very beginning. I think all of you do too. And so there it is. There's 4 to match the 4 players in the base game. There you go. So there's all of that. Now, the coup de grace of this entire box. This is my favorite part of the entire box, right here. Let's go ahead and look at it. It is the all-in-one resource tray. We wanted to have a tray that both is fairly rugged. It holds everything. Obviously, a couple things shift around, but it holds everything, and then you can just pop off your cover, and it does have these little clasps to help them stay together in the corners, and you have all of your resources right here. And we'll just start looking at them. We have our horses, and we have our crafting points, or craft points. We have our iron, we have our stone, our wood, of course, and the arrows. There's 2 types of arrows in here. Looks like there's also oh, look at that. There's a runaway craft point. There's 2 types of arrows in here, as you can see. There are flaming arrows, and there are normal arrows, and they all go in that little area right there. There's enough of them. And then my most favorite part, we ended up putting the metal coins right in here, but you will get 60 metal coins in the metal coins expansion. So we'll get out 3 of them and we'll look at them. So you have 5s, 3s, and 1s for denominations. So let's go ahead and set that tray down for a second. And we're going to look at these absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous coins. So we have our 5s, which are kind of more gold than anything else. And I'm going to try to give you guys a good... hopefully it's nice and clear. I do apologize if it's a bit blurry. Maybe I can adjust that. Hold on one second. If I go ahead and I pull the focus like that... Nope, that is way too much. Let's go ahead and pull that back. No, I guess... Yeah, I'm not quite sure I can get the right angle. You know what? We're gonna forget about that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just take a look. I'll try to give you a good enough angle. So there is the number 5 coin. That's the back side. The T is for Talmerian currency. T, Talmera, is our world that this whole game is based on. It's the landscape that makes up the entire environment. So the T is the denomination currency. And then there's the 5. The 5 with the sun. There's a little sun there, sunset, if you will. So there's our 5 coin, and nice and metal. And then we have our 3 coin, which is also absolutely fantastic. We have our T right here. There's the T and a little bow and arrow. And then on the reverse side is our 3, representing the 3 denomination. And that one represented by the moon. And then we have our final one. Again, the T and a shield. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I know I do apologize. It's a bit blurry. But we have the T and the shield. And then on the reverse side, denomination of 1 with the stars. And kind of, you know, each one of these have kind of that wheat on the side as well. So it's just a fictional denominations, but very cool. They feel really good and nice and hefty in the hand. And there's going to be 60 of them, 20 of each that will come with that Metal Coins expansion. So I hope you guys are absolutely excited, because I am so excited. As you probably could tell, this tray has been, we've gone through many iterations to try and make sure that this tray fits and works. And so it absolutely looks fantastic, and I absolutely love it. And it's something that you can just place on the table, and all of it is right there for you. You don't need a resource area where you're just dumping stuff on the table or buying new pieces and parts or trays or anything. The game comes with it in it. So there's that. Then let's go ahead and look at one of the coolest expansions. This one was our VIP expansion originally. All of you VIPs, for any VIP who's watching, and what I mean by VIP is simply this. We did a pre-launch campaign to try to figure out, okay, how popular will our game be? And we did that via those $1 donations, and anyone who had donated $1, they were getting this for free. Well, then we spoke with everyone, and we got approval to actually then go ahead and sell it to anyone who didn't become a VIP as an expansion content for a relatively great price. And so this is the Heroes expansion. And so this really is cool. These heroes, each one of them is a unique hero that you can use in the game. Normally, you can only have 1 in the game. It comes with 6 heroes to choose from. Let's go through them. We've got Lady Alira, Sir Beswick, Leroy Deadeye, he's one of my favorites, Eric Blackbane, we have Desriel the Warden, and we have Datu Kalayan. And each one of these are very unique. They have very unique abilities and very unique extras that help to when they're engaging in combat, when they're moving, when they're defending. And so then they're tokens. They're tokens that they come with. Each hero is worth 5 objective points. If you can keep them on the board, you get the 5. If he gets taken out by the enemy, then they get the 5. So very competitive there. And the little instruction card, of course, then the SKU information on back. But that is going to come just like that. And it will come as one of the expansions. If you have ordered it or if you are VIP, you will get it. For all of those others who still want to order some expansional stuff, we are going to be limited on stock with the expansions. So we will be setting up a store on our website at savagegames.com. That's games with a Z, so that you can purchase whatever left of our stock will be. So let me go ahead and toss that off to the side, and we will look at... We haven't even opened it. Not going to open it, but these are our objective cards. These are what run the game, and these are so much fun. Let me try to make sure that the camera can see it well. You know, you can craft a settlement, craft, attack, defend, all sorts of stuff right from this deck. This is the deck that drives the game right here. It's so much cool stuff in there. There are 80 objective cards in this pack. Then, of course, you have your action cards. These things enhance your game. You can have a shield wall. You can do different things. You can attack an enemy and control their attack value by reducing their value by half. We've got some guys who have played this at one of the conventions this last January, and they absolutely loved those really cool action card abilities that they really changed up the game, and they went from being a loser to being the winner of the game. And so they really do play a hefty part in the game. And then, how you know who you are, we have our factions. Now, as a late addition, we decided to add the... we originally had the plan to have a extra players expansion, or it was going to be just a solid, huge expansion that was going to include a lot of the stuff you've seen, but it was all going to be in one. Unfortunately, it fell through. We didn't hit that budget, and so we decided we were still going to put the last 2 factions from that expansion into the base game, and we did. So instead of just having 8 factions, there are now 10 factions. And I do have to say, I am not an artist when it comes to this artwork, and so the people who did our artwork for us, they did an absolutely fantastic job, and we are so pleased with how they all came out. So kudos to our artists for that. And so, yeah, so there are factions, and that's how you know who you are. So, guys, there is the entirety of everything you will get if you order all the expansion content and all of the other stuff that comes in the box. That is what you'll be getting. All of that stuff we just went through. I hope that looks cool to you guys, because it's been an absolute pleasure, and it's been an absolutely amazing 4 years. It literally has been 4 years this December since we started down this journey to create this game for you guys, and we're so excited. We have hopes for the future. We want to see how popular this potentially can get, but in the meantime, we are working on some absolutely cool new games, including one game we're working on. We've actually seen some previews of it. I've posted a little tidbit in our last Kickstarter update. It is going to be a solid co-op adventure D&D style game, a little bit more linear, but with lots of story content, and all co-op, playing up to 8 to 10 players. And also playing as little as just 1 player. So it's a really cool game. I'm super excited for it, and the price point is actually less than half of what this is. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm excited about the future of Savage Games in the Savage Game world that we're creating in Talmera, the environment that all of our board games are going to be based off from, to this point at least. So guys, thank you so much. Is there anyone with any questions? I'm going to go ahead and check my texts real quick, check the comments, see if anyone has said anything at all. I don't currently see any comments that I can reply to. That is perfectly fine. I do appreciate all of the people that have been watching. It's been cool to see you guys pop in. This video will be up on YouTube, and I believe that the live stream will be stored on Facebook as well. But if you guys don't have access to this live stream, You can access it through our YouTube page. It's just, Savage Games. I believe I've linked it on our group pages on Facebook. But anyways, thank you guys for taking a look at this deep dive into unboxing everything and just seeing how it looks. It looks absolutely fantastic from our end with a couple of tweaks. We cannot wait to get this to you. We are looking at the timeline still being the same as it always was, which is great. We are looking at a March timeline still for shipping things out to you guys. It might bleed over into April, but we're kind of we're on a waiting pattern because right now production's going to ramp up here within the next few weeks, we hope. And that means that production will end by probably the end of January, beginning of March, which means then it will ship out, which will take 4 to 6 weeks across the ocean. So it will be about end of January into February. Then it will ship out sometime around then, and it will land in the US in our warehouse or in the warehouse that we're using for fulfillment sometime around mid-March to late March. So we are expecting that all on the same time that we're expecting everything. We're really hoping for the timing to be just like we wanted it originally, which was a March delivery time frame that gave us a 1-year turnaround time, which we're really super excited about. So sorry you didn't see my face today. I only have the one camera, so had to point it somewhere. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Please comment. Please go ahead and communicate with us. We love hearing your feedback, and we are going to be, here's an announcement for you. We are going to be at SnowCon in Maine in January. I think it's the 18th, 17th and 18th, or 18th and 19th. It's that weekend there. We are going to be in SnowCon, which is up in Bangor. So if you guys go, you will see us there. We are going to be bringing this plus our old prototype copies, just in case anyone wants to have fun with that. We won't have a booth. You'll just have to find us. We are going to be there all weekend. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.